Coach, how would you kind of describe, the mood in your locker room after the ball game?
Oh, we got a lot of angry football players. Obviously, the game started off in as good a way as possible, kick off return, and then not much went our way after that. And so, we got a lot of frustrated, angry competitors, which is what you want. So, got to decide how we respond.
What did you think of the way the quarterbacks played today? And I know you said Monday if Will wasn't going, that they would both get a chance to play. Were you going to split up by drives, or what was kind of the approach with how you used them?
No, I mean, we knew we were going to give Chris a start, but it was probably very likely against that defense and the need for some quarterback run, right, that there's going to be situations where both guys are going to play. And then obviously, with the 2 picks kind of early on there for Chris, again, if you're a true freshman making your first career start in this environment against that D-line, that's a lot different than opening up against an FCS team or something like that, right? So to have them 2 interceptions, to then throw him back out there, right? I think you got to give him a chance, get on the sideline, let coaches talk to him. We were able to go Mike in there, and we were moving the ball a little bit. Didn't result in points down there in the red zone, but just the fact that we were able to move the ball, kind of calm it down a little bit for Chris, and then Mike did a couple hits there later in the game where he was just starting to not move as well, and so got Chris back in there.
Going off there, you guys haven't scored an offensive touchdown in 2 games now. How much is that because of the struggles just at quarterback and the lack of consistency at that position?
Well, that's certainly a big part of it. Feel good about Will's health progress, and so I believe we have an opportunity to get him back this coming week, depending on what the newest doctor's appointment and evaluation says. But yes, obviously not having a starting quarterback leads to struggles. Now either way, you can't turn the ball over 4 times, and then we obviously went for it on 4th down there and didn't get it either. So it's really like 5 turnovers. I mean, you're not gonna beat a good football team doing that. And offensive coaches are working really hard and trying to find a way to get it to our best players and find ways to manufacture points. Well, obviously we got to keep working.
Coach, you're talking about quarterback depth. They had a 13 quarterback tonight too. I mean, what are the challenges that he brought? Why do you think they were so successful offensively against your defense?
Well, they did a good job of running the football. Had over 200 rushing yards, and then obviously a lot of it was, not a lot, but early on, quite a few quarterback design runs that you didn't necessarily see on film with the previous 2 guys. I mean, you see them here and there, but not as their bread and butter. So yeah, it kind of turned into a quarterback run, and then obviously play action shots off of that as you start to get a lot of low hats in there. But they out-physicaled us, and they ran the ball pretty consistently all night. So, and then the few times we got them in 3rd and long, gave up a couple of them 3rd and long conversions. You got to find a way to get off the field there, so that way you can stop a drive.
You guys close out the year now with 2 home games here in the regular season. I guess just what's your message to fans? Why you guys have confidence that in the last 2 games is going to be a better performance than what you guys had today?
Look, I think we have to be better performance than today, right? I mean, simply put, fans ought to be frustrated, right? I mean, I can guarantee you, no one's more frustrated and angry with that result than the players and the coaches, right? So we have an extremely passionate fan base, right? They've done a tremendous job of supporting the team and creating great environments at home all year long. Simply put, we have 2 more opportunities, right? And I believe that this team is going to respond and get back to work, and hopefully we get a few guys back as well. But yeah, they should be frustrated. Our job is to put a product on the field that the fans are excited about and proud of. So simply put, right now, we need to do everything better. We need to play better. We need to coach better. Ain't no denying that.
Going back to you mentioning that we may get Will back this or next week, and I asked you sort of this early in the year or early in the week, and you said best players will play in terms of managing the end of the year with the quarterback position in particular. How how do you sort of manage that now with Will coming back, and then I guess balancing that with maybe the betterment of the program going forward? That makes sense.
Oh, no, if the doctors say that Will is fully cleared to play, he's clearly the starting quarterback, right? And he will play. He'll play every snap. So as long as he gets full clearance, that's why he was starting quarterback in the first place, right? But if they don't think it's safe for him to play, then obviously you game plan knowing that Mike and Chris are getting those reps.
Obviously, you need some juice here at the end. I mean, do you think Will provides that? I mean, if Will's cleared and able to play, I mean, do you think that he is somebody that can elevate this team to a couple wins down the stretch?
Well, I would say, I know at South Carolina, he threw for 487 yards, his career high. So yeah, I would say that yes, he would provide a much needed spark and juice, I think is the word you used.
By halftime, A&M snapped the ball 35 times, and 29 of those were on Mississippi State's side of the field. Is there anything the defense can do to handle being put in the back like that?
Oh, well, you can take the ball away too and create some short fields, obviously. But yeah, those are not ideal situations to be in. A lot of times when you called sudden change, right, you get there deep in your own territory. Right, a win is just make him line up for a field goal. Now, whether he makes it or misses it, obviously comes down to that. But so the defense, then a few times there in that first half, found themselves in them sudden change situations. I think one time they got off the field, maybe no points, and then one time it was a field goal. But you know, we certainly allowed them to have too much offensive success and be efficient and move the ball downfield. So.
I don't know what the final number was, but it seemed like you guys had a lot of pre-snap penalties today compared to games recently. Well, what do you think? Was it the crowd that really contributed to that, or was it just players not executing?
No, I think they stem in their defense, right, which every defense does, and I think when you're facing really talented players who you want to get off on the snap, right, and then all of a sudden, so you're a little bit too on edge, and then when they stem on you, plus there's 100,000 people, you have some of those penalties, but our job is to replicate that in practice and prepare them for that, to make sure that when you actually get under the lights and in the environment, you trust your training and you don't do that. And so clearly we're gonna need to spend more time stemming on them in practice and giving them more of that so we can have them best prepared as possible. But you can't have that many penalties that set you back on drives, right? I mean, if you're struggling to convert and score points already, penalties that take you from 2nd and 4 to 2nd and 9 drastically hurt your chances of being successful on drives.
Anything else?
Okay, thank